coffee if you want to have bloody coffee. Hey team, how are you today? It is Hannah here and welcome back to my channel. This episode of Faking It, we're going to be talking about how to budget. Cachola. For most people, budgeting is about saving money. For me, budgeting is about just not going into credit card debt. If you guys have seen any other of my videos, you may know that I have bipolar mood disorder. What that means is that when I have a manic episode, I am detached from reality, and one of the things that people do when they're manic is they overspend. Look, we all know that I am an adult in name only, right? These are things that have helped me and they might not work for you, but I'm gonna just let you know how I've done better in my life. Everyone is different, and if you listen to this and go, that's dumb, that's fine. Do your thing. Just maybe, even if you don't learn from the things I did well, maybe learn from my mistakes. That's all I want out of this channel, is to help you, help me help you, right? But if you are wanting to save money for something or just not go into credit card debt and ruin your life, whatever the reason is that you want, the most important thing for you when you are starting your budget is to know why and to keep that in mind. For you, it might be something like you want to go on a holiday, or you want to buy a really nice gift for yourself, or there is a new foundation that you've been wanting to try but it's like $1,000 because makeup is really expensive, guys. Makeup is really expensive. Whatever it is, having that as a focus is very important. And I don't care if you write it down, print a picture of it, make a mood board, just know it in your soul, the fear of credit card debt in your soul, and you don't even have to have a picture. Whatever it is, as long as you have isolated that in your life, you're off to a great start. The next tip that I would give you, something that has really worked for me, is having two separate bank accounts. The account that I get paid into is the account that I use day to day, but I also have a separate account which is an online only account, so I don't have a card that can access it. I don't have any kind of way to get money out of that account unless I log into my banking and transfer it. So I know if I'm at Starbucks spending money on a Frappuccino that I don't have cash for, I have to get out my phone and type in my password and actually transfer that money to be able to get to it. If you can create a system like that for yourself, whether it's your bank account, I don't know what bank you're with or how it works in other countries, that for me has been a saving grace. But a lot of people, what they do is they get their paycheck, they spend what they need that week, and then at the end of the week they go, oh, got $200 left, I'll put that into my savings. No. What you need to do is get your paycheck and go, okay, this is how much I'm allowed to spend this week. This is how much I have extra, and before you've done anything else, the day you get paid, put that into the savings account. Put that into the unaccessible, locked away section so that you can only get to it in an emergency. Look, fake money kind of doesn't make any sense to me. I think that shares aren't real. I don't really understand the economy, but I know that you can get accounts that are free. That's all I know. Now, when you're deciding how much money to put into that separate bank account so you can't access and how much money you want to spend, if budgeting is about saving, obviously it's gonna be less than you want. That's gonna happen. There's gonna be a point where you go, I want to buy that thing for myself, but I can't afford it. That is what budgeting is about, and it sucks and you have to face it. Now, there is a rule that is going around, 50, 20, 30. That is what a lot of people say is the perfect number. So the rule is 50% of your paycheck goes towards living expenses, rent, car, other things that you need to survive, food, those things. I honestly was like, there's something else I can't remember. Oh, that's right, eating is a thing. Of all people to forget that, me? Really? Strange. 20% is savings, and then 30% is your lifestyle, which is going out with friends or buying makeup or whatever else it is that you do that is non-essential, that you don't have to do but you like to do, 30%. Some jobs I've been in, that's been perfect. Some jobs I've been in, I'm like, girl, I'm spending like 70% of my paycheck on my living expenses. Every job is different and I don't know how much you get paid, so that might not be exact, but my suggestion is that if you're spending less than 50% on your very essential living, put just more into savings. That's what budgeting is about, right? When you first start budgeting, here's something that people might not let you know. It's okay to make mistakes the first month or two. I get paid every second week, so every 2 weeks is when I would reassess it. But if you get paid monthly or weekly or whatever, for that period of time, save all of your receipts. Organize them into different sections. What is it that you're doing that you're spending things on? What section of your life did you see a sale on at Sephora and you just spent all of your money without meaning to? Going out and spending $75 on a movie ticket, am I right? Then that's a problem. But when you go back and you reassess what it is you've actually been spending money on, you might realize, oh, I completely forgot about my internet bill when I said that this is how much money I was gonna spend on bills and very essential living expenses like groceries. You may not have remembered that. I made mistakes like that the first few times I budgeted. And it's really important that every single thing that you do, you get a receipt for. If it's a month, it's gonna be really hard. Just don't let yourself get to a point where 3 months later you're going, why am I still overspending? It's just having transparency with yourself and seeing exactly which category it is that you're overspending in. I prefer to live a cash life. That's how I budget. If you think that cash is like not real money and the only thing that consciously goes, oh, I'm spending, is when you tap your card and you see that number go down in your bank account, use card. Whatever works for you works for you. For me, it's cash, but I would suggest only spending in that way. If you've committed to cash, your bank account should be at $0 because all of your savings is in this separate account that you can't access, and all of your weekly or monthly spending is cash in your hand. That's what you need to do. The way that I do it is I actually set up a little thing in my wallet. I just use like palm cards and I set up different sections and I put different money in between here. I do actually have the dollar amount written on there, but I whited it out because I don't want you guys to know how much I spend. How weird is that? None of them are outrageous. I just, for some reason, was like, oh, I don't want anyone to know how much money I make. It's not a lot. But anyway, I'm gonna hold it up real close. I have these sections in my wallet and I've done groceries, petrol, outings with my friends, shopping, which is things like if I need new foundation that month. Also, my friend has a birthday coming up and I need a new outfit. That comes under shopping. That's not an extra expense. That's built into my money there. And then I also have a section at the back that says nails. This is just the money that I spend every single week. Groceries, I have to buy weekly. Petrol, I have to fill up my car every week because I drive so far to and from work. I know I've whited it out, but petrol for me is $50 a week. That's max because obviously petrol prices go up and down. I have quite a small car, so I usually get away with like $40, $45 a week. And I know people in Australia are like, are you fucking kidding me? That's insane. It's not a lot of money. I don't pay a lot of money for petrol. I know I said I drive really far to work, but my car is just, it's good. If I get to the end of the week and I go, oh, I had $50. I had $50 for petrol, but I only spent $45. And oh, there's something else that I really needed to get and it's $4.50. Guess what? Baby, I've got $5 from my petrol. I can spend that money. That's a rule that I've made for myself as well, is that if I underspend in one section, I can overspend in the other as long as the total is not more than that. Like that cash is all I have at the end of the week. But if I do underspend, then at the end of the week before I put the next chunk of money into this in my wallet, I put it in a jar. It was about 8 or 10 weeks. I had money in that jar, and right now there's about $60 and some coins in there because I just took all that money out and bought myself a new camera. That's what you can do. And that's not including the money that I put in my savings account. But that money that I have in my online savings bank account is what for emergencies for me, or if at the end of a certain period of time I have enough, then like, yeah, I can go on holidays. But as I said, my budgeting for me and my mental illness is not about saving money. It's about just don't overspend. But this jar of cash, that's my, oh my God, yeah, now you can go on holidays, or now you can buy that special thing for yourself, or now you can buy a camera, right? I bought myself a new camera, guys, just because I use this system, honestly. It's like, who would have thought that like 5 different palm cards, and they're so ratty and disgusting because they've been in my wallet for months. But who would have thought the 5 palm cards? Excuse you? I don't need you to flare up at me. Honestly, throwing that turned my lights brighter, so I'm a professional YouTuber. Those are my tips on budgeting, guys. I hope that it kind of made sense and that it maybe has helped you. And really the only thing that I would say is just like actually be aware. Budgeting is just about going, okay, this is how things are. This is realistic. I'm never gonna spend less time with my friends, and the only way that we hang out is we go to a movie and dinner. So that's always gonna cost me a certain amount of money. That's fine. Just find somewhere else in your life, be transparent with yourself about where you can save that money, and set up systems for yourself to work within so that you can't overspend. Because for me, when I use my card, I tap it and it feels like it's not real money. So I use cash, but it might be different for you, and just learning how you work and being aware of yourself. That's all budgeting is. I know, everybody makes it seem so big and scary and oh my God, you're not allowed to have coffee. You can have coffee if you want to have bloody coffee. Just then maybe don't pay for a gym membership because you can run on the fucking road, right? Just run on, not on the road because you'll get run over, but like on the sidewalk, the pathways. Here I am advocating people getting run down. That's not what this channel should be about, honestly. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any other tips for the team on how to save money, things that maybe have worked for you, comment down below and let everybody know what it is, because this channel, especially this Faking It series, is about growing and learning together to be better adults and more accountable for our own actions. If you like the video, if you think any of those tips will be helpful for you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I do bring out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And click the notifications bell if you would like to be prompted when that actually happens so you can watch it straight away, because everybody out there is hungry for the Hannah Darkling YouTube channel videos. I can feel it in my bones. That was gross, whatever. I like highlighters. It's a weird thing to admit about myself. Like, I admitted it like it was something to be, you know, traumatic. It's not traumatic. Everybody likes highlighters, Hannah. You're not weird. Hashtag relatable.